So we are going to look at in scenario 1, what if civilization started over? This is my first video and episode of this series, and I'm Dutch because the English can't go as great as always. But I'm trying to fix that, and if I am a Dutch blesser, then say it in the comments and I can do something about it. But further ado, let's go start. We are beginning in the... Let's begin in the Greek Peninsula. Yes, we are beginning in here. Now we're beginning at Athens. So I need to tell the word. But a few people are there and they called them the Reti. The Reti. And this is the only civilization. And they expand around the Greek. I know it's not pretty on to start as a civilization around here, but yeah, there isn't a better way. So they are... I need to avoid mountains over here because like the big mountain including these ones, like these mountains and the Iranian mountains and the Saharan desert. But it's, if I miss a big thing, then say it. But meantime, and the red team wraps themselves a nice bits. They wrap themselves around over here, and they are now also exploring islands. And these people are now going and they touch up with the Mediterranean Sea already, and they are fishing is now their main resource of finding food. En wat ze eigenlijk gaan doen, they go eigenlijk to this line. This is my record line. Bigger and they are going to there, and they are doing as much as they expand noisily around the coast. A little above here. And let's add our first layer. You can't. En deze layer heet een gooitje. Deze is Capital City. Dit zijn Capital Cities. En deze zijn major. Because you need to remove that. En in deze laat zien is het geel. Ik ga 4 kleuren zien. En ik heb hier zitten. En hier heb je Major City. En die is gewoon naar een capital. En ik ga ook op tijd en in mijn vrije tijd provincies toevoegen. Because dat maakt de serie wat meer spicy. And now they're going through this. And But people eigenlijk bij de core area, die vinden het niet leuk dat we een hele tijd weg moeten. Dus eigenlijk misschien is hier de formatie eigenlijk dit nieuwe grond. Die mensen eigenlijk bewegen away from the red team. En they form de... Ik weet niet hoe dat is. Ik moet ook eigenlijk goede borders hebben met de C. Dat doe ik later wel. Laten we dat maar even fixen. Dus je ziet nu eigenlijk van die witte handen bij de kust. And I don't love this. Dat komt door mijn tolerantie. Oh, nee. Het is eigenlijk gewoon alleen voor de coast. Nee. Because the coast de witte pixels. Dit knip ik er wel even uit hoor. Nee. En ik... Oké, in Japan zijn we nog niet, dus duikt ook nog even duurt. Want ik wil geen... Nou ja, ik denk dat ik het wel bijna heb. Ik weet dat Creed bijna alleen maar mountains ging. Dus ik hoop dat Short and Sweet Blue Team discovers it. And they have now Creed and they discover some of these islands. I think boats are a thing, but echt vlotten nog. Ik denk dat het voor vlotten worden gebruikt dan. Of vlots, ik weet niet hoe je het ding dan zit. But and I know that first range kanaal, maar they swim there of who's looked. And they discover going up into Bulgaria. Maar Monday Bulgaria / North Macedonia. En de red team expands hier een beetje. Ik weet dat hier een leak zit. Nee, deze hele map is niet helemaal accurate. En ik wil dit ongeveer 15 minuten episode maken. Zo maak ik hierna wel een tweede, een pre-record. Ik denk dat ik de eerste 5 episodes wil pre-recorden. En maar we gaan omhoog. Ook over hier, want dat was niet een camera. En die wil ook een klein beetje hier. Ik weet niet hoe. En, en, oh, en, en, die ik al. Ik heb gerecord, kan het stil zijn of dit is gewoon timer? Dat kan gewoon dat ik wat geluidsschouwing maak met mijn mic. Dat is niet fijn, nee. They expand the reality. Oh, mag ik dat niet? Oké, ja, ik heb hem. Dit goed. Ja. Deze eigenlijk op en South Crease code eigenlijk hier. Oké, ik doe hem met het andere muisstuk, want ik kan niet met deze muis heeft. Ik weet niet wat het is. De relative annexie. De norm. Zie je gewoon in Nederlands. Als een Nederlands spreekt, moet je dat zeggen, dan probeer ik meer Engels. Ik heb ook binnenkort een toetsweek, dus dat is niet fijn. Het is nog naar mijn Engels, but eventually we need a new country. Let's make it go. Some explorers go this way, and they go, but they get lost, and it's a line country. Country has more options. They can go north, east. This side is east. They can go north, east, south, and west. All of these. Well, maybe the colors are a little bit smeared, but I also use work. And I think I'm going to make the Dutch brown and it's purple. I think I'm going to do that but the storylines are way different. Maybe colonization happens. No, maybe it doesn't happen. But as I said, yeah, there's one color. The color I hate it. Here is a Italian country. I always have a crush. I'm recording this when World War IV and the Spruce West Coast happening. Watch that. It's a really good one. I didn't want to spoil, but watch it yourself. I think you must watch episode 66 for that because then you have how it happened. But they discover all of Sicily and they now go this way. They go this way. I know you're saying, oh, come on. So I think I'm going to adjust this a little bit. That's the wrong color. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. There you go. So and Italians are looking to be a really big Mediterranean power. On this moment, I think the red team is the strongest. And some people make I know, but they leave immediately because there's almost nothing. And that's how I think I'm not. I think I also because this is. But Berkeley is some explorers want to go north to the Netherlands. Some want to go south. So do both. Some explorers go this way and meet with the first ocean, I think. Yes, because they're all in the Mediterranean. And eventually they stay at the coast because you can just go from beaches, so I follow the beaches. I think it looks like this. And they go really good. And purple team expands a little bit too much, because they expand into France a little. As what are your thoughts on the whisker? I think the fascists are going to him because while was from running like Persidia in their whisker, let them rebel away from him and then let them die immediately. That will not be very possible. And I think Norway falls first, then that the Dutch first focus their troops on Norway to kick them out because they are closest to the capital. But I think also the communists have a chance, because when the old empire gets, what if the old empire was real, then that was before the old empire collapsed, and maybe the Dutch are also going to collapse. Maybe, but I aren't sure. Maybe I always in English pros with score there is always if you win first then you lose. But I don't know. But in the ending, Purple Team goes to North and they end up losing some. And this is in the Britain. They call themselves Brittany. Are very expansionist, and the Purple Team got through and they meet up with this. At the Purple Team. And the Purple Team explores and expands, but they stop now because your country is getting unstable and you just implode. And you don't want to implode because then your whole country will be in ruins. And the red team is gone. But I think this is the end of the episode. Wait, no. I want to more because I can't spawn and do nothing. They go down and they're eventually stopped by the Caucasian mountains. I don't know how the mountains are called, but the blue team goes nog a little bit and they go so on and they reach Palestine / Israel and they stop at where modern-day the Suez Canals, Suez is located, and they expand a little bit. So they just do in the future when they just make the red and blue team gewoon just the Greeks, but I don't know that I want to do this. The red team expands a little bit because they're, but there are no major settlements. This country here, they are very unstable, but because they're in the middle of nowhere and there isn't eigenlijk any conflict to Ethiopia now with the red team, but over there are not as many people as they hoped are. So maybe this country. But we need to do one thing, and that is doing major cities, because that is very important. Where they started is a big settlement. They have settlement over here. Right, they have settlement. I think somewhere over here in Rome. I think there's Rome. They also have a major city. I know Barcelona and no. I found something else. And somewhere in Marseille. This country has their capital over here. Now, not to. They have the capital there, and that is the only one. So let's promote some city. Now they have one big city. They get this as city. They get this because they want not to do there. There's one big trade outpost there, but not big enough, you know. This major city is also done promoted twin capital, and this is promoted twin capital. And this was the first episode. I think it ends out really good. I think the world in our time was as much, but they are in very rural areas. There, so it's easier to explain. When you have Denmark and this area over here in Russia, and it's getting really hard. I think either that I want to do that. And colonization, I think I want to start colonization around episode 5. But then that is the early age. This is the age of the early age of the world. I think I are going to have a movie, but I don't know. But I think that this episode was turned out really good, and I have to like and subscribe because it helped me to the 50 subscribers, because I then go to do live streams and I again then answer your questions about the civilizations. Yeah, bye.